Hello, I'm Benny Westside, and welcome to Cyclops' Crash Course. While we wait for the new X-Treme X-Men to release, I want to talk about what we can do with the reworks. So today we're talking about Cyclops. We're going to go over his abilities, T4 upgrades, ISO 8 classes, and overall how much you should upgrade him. And then at the end, I'm going to give what I plan to do. So, let's start with his passive, Team Synergy. On self or X-Men ally turn, gain +2 charge up to a maximum of 20. In raids, on X-Treme ally, gain 3 up to a maximum of 40. On turn, if this character has 20 or more charged, gain 2 ability energy, so he's going to have the ability to charge himself. When an enemy attacks an ally Phoenix, Dark Phoenix, or X-Treme X-Men, he's going to attack that enemy. On non-summoned X-Men ally death, he's gonna gain offense up on himself and then fill speed bar for Wolverine, Magic, or for the purposes of this team, Forge by 100%. He's gonna gain 50% focus and give that to his team as well, and then even more in raids. The T4 upgrade on self or X-Treme ally turn, gain an additional charge in raids. So this increases his max charges to 40 in raids, and then it increases also the focus amount in raids. So if you are gonna build him, this would be an essential upgrade, I would say, because it's gonna really increase his damage output, and then that focus is gonna help overall with the raid nodes. All right, let's look at his special. He's gonna apply taunt to the 2 most injured non-summoned enemies, ignoring stealth, so he can clear stealth. He's gonna call 2 random allies to attack each of those. He's gonna attack primary himself. He's gonna apply defense up and regen to the 3 most injured X-Men, and defense up and deflect to the 3 highest health X-Treme X-Men. And then in raids, he's gonna barrier the 3 most injured X-Men. I generally don't like abilities that put taunt on characters, aside from like protectors taunting, right? So like this ability, War Machine passive, those are really annoying, but this is actually mitigated in raids. Somebody pointed it out to me. Sunfire's passive prevents enemies from getting taunt. So in raids, this is more of a protection ability, basically just giving the whole team defense up. So that's actually, that Sunspot's passive fixing this is actually helpful. So it's basically a defense up, barrier, regen, and deflect ability for your allies. So I like that. The T4 upgrade applies defense up and regens to the 3 most injured allies. So beforehand it was just on the enemy side. So the T4 upgrade brings all the protection elements. If you're gonna upgrade him for raids, then definitely upgrade this. This is gonna be an essential upgrade. Now let's look at his ultimate. He's gonna clear revive once from all enemies, attack all enemies for a lot of damage, apply slow, and then his damage is increased per charge. So having that 40 charge cap in raids is important for this reason, so that's why his passive was a good upgrade. Then he's going to lose all charges. This attack gains 500% extra focus and is unblockable. The T4 upgrade brings the revive once clear, and it increases his slows from 1 to 2, and also increases the damage. I think this is an essential upgrade. Clearing revive once from the whole field is very valuable, especially because it has increased focus. I think this could see use in other game modes as well, because it's not tied to having charges, it's not tied to having X-Men allies, so he can just clear revive once from all enemies. And if you have ability energy, you might be able to do this on turn 1. So Sunspot can help with that. So yeah, if I didn't say it explicitly, this is an essential upgrade. Okay, now let's look at his basic. Attack primary, apply defense down. If he has one or more X-Men allies, also apply slow. And the T4 upgrade is just 50% damage and not piercing. And I think this is... it's not even an okay upgrade. Don't do it. This is just don't do it. Okay? It could have some value if you were to run him as a striker, but no. All right. Since we said striker, let's talk about ISO classes. I do think he's okay as a striker, but the team has many better claims to those vulnerables, so I don't think Cyclops should be spending any of them. That's why I'm gonna recommend Raider on him. That way his ultimate can just have an immense damage potential, and then his basic and special are single hits, but I think that's okay. His main gimmick is that ult, so just increase that damage potential there, and don't spend any vulnerables. So I think Raider is good for him. In terms of upgrading, they announced the new incursion raid coming. I've not had it's not on the test server, so we haven't had any chance to test that. So I don't know how required this team is going to be. It might be that they made the new raid just because we were able to get through the other one with Death Seed. So maybe the team is required, but in that case, I don't know how required Cyclops is. On this team, he's probably the most replaceable. Having that speed bar to forge is very nice, but if I don't think that in itself gives him the spot on the team. You could put Archangel here, you could put Rogue here, you could put Apocalypse here. We don't know, so I'm gonna be timid. I tend to be very protective of my resources. If you have a lot of resources, go for it. He's a damage dealer, so bigger means bigger damage. But I would recommend holding, or at least doing like 75 gear 14, 80 gear 15, and then just waiting to see if this character is going to be needed in raids necessarily. And then down the line, at the end of this patch, we're going to see the reworks to the other X-Men, and then maybe we see that he finds good use on the war comps, and maybe that's when we really go balls to the wall on him. So for now, as I said, I would recommend being timid. And let me actually segue into what I'm doing with him. That's what I'm doing. Mine is gear 12, level 65, and I'm just waiting. I'm not touching him. I want to see the new raids. I want to see how much I need Cyclops. If I don't use it now, I can use it later. But if I use the gear now, I can't take it back. So I'm waiting. He's purple gear. He's fine to wait. I can upgrade him later if that's needed. Yeah, that's about it. I started making graphics for these crash courses. I will link that in the description below. Let me know, what do you feel about Cyclops? Have you built him already, or do you plan on building him? I think he might be benched. We don't know, because on the team he is the least crucial. It remains to be seen. That's why I'm not rushing to make upgrades. All right, to sum it up, if you are building him, his passive is essential, his special is essential, his ultimate is essential, his basic is poo-poo. His ISO class, I'm going to recommend Raider, but overall, in terms of building, I'm going to recommend you just wait and not blow too many resources on him yet before you find out more. Yeah, with that, I want to thank you for going through Cyclops' crash course with me. I will see you in the next one.